Hello everyone, this is Devang. Sorry it's been a little while. Here I'm going to actually do a little bit of gameplay for you. I'm going to run a solo character through the initial mission of for a few Darkstone more, or a fistful of Darkstone, whichever one it is. To give everyone an idea of how the gameplay goes. Obviously with one character it'll be a little crazier, but I figure as a good start, and perhaps it might even become a series. We'll see how this goes. The character could die horribly, so let's see what's happening here. I have chosen to take the Outlaw for this session, so you can see the Outlaw's right there. He has a special ability where he can use 2 dice to move and choose which one he wants, and another one that affects town, which we'll get to. Obviously you can see kind of his stats there. He starts with, in this case, 2 outlaw pistols, which are 3 shots each, which is pretty nice. Bandana lets him escape if need be. The skill I took is his range and defense are swapped. So his range to hit is 4+, but his defense is 5+. We'll see if I rue that difference. But he does have 6 shots, so hopefully he can kill some stuff. And that's why, for his side bag token, rather than the usual dynamite that I normally like to take, I took bandages. Since he has so many shots, hopefully the dynamite won't be too necessary. So that is how we're starting here. And again, I kind of apologize. First of all, this will be using the lawman model here for my character, since I don't have a good outlaw miniature as of yet. But here we are at the entrance. Okay, so we start with holding back the darkness, which I failed to do. So obviously we move up the track, and then we get our hero's activation. Our hero is initiative 4, so keep that in mind if you run into any enemies. So roll for movement. Outlaw gets to roll 2 and choose, so 4 or 3. I guess we'll go with the 4. So we'll go ahead and move him. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get to attempt to scavenge. Well, obviously we can't look through. Okay. Whole bunch of nothing. Alright, well, and that's the end of the turn. Obviously, multiple players, you'd have multiple people moving and attempting to scavenge. Okay, so start the next turn. Hold back the darkness. 3 and 2 is 5. We need 7 or better, which obviously is not good enough. So the track moves. It moves to one of the little red blood spots, which means we get a darkness card. And the darkness card, Demonic Force. Demon enemies are now +1 combat. Ooh. Alright. Well, then we get to move. 4 or a 4. You know, that seems to happen a lot with the Outlaw. He gets to move and he rolls doubles. Alright. Let's move this on. 1, 2. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I'm planning on playing just to the bare basic for this mission, which is 2 clue tokens. To get it, we'll keep this video kind of short by doing that, or shorter anyway, depending on my odds of drawing 2 out of that stack. So, alright, so I'm going to end my turn there, and now I have a choice. I could scavenge, or I could look through. Well, scavenging is kind of a so-so proposition. I think I want to try to get through, obviously, especially since I'm rolling horribly for the darkness. So I am actually going to draw a map card. So I draw the map cards. I get a mining room. Alright, so put that down there. Grab a mining room tile. Looks like that. Okay, and it gets places as the card where the green arrow says to put it. So, connects like that. And then we get an exploration token, which you put in the middle there. Okay, so now in a multiplayer game, obviously you let other people, assuming there were other people to go, they would be able to go. They could move into the room, obviously, but they can't scavenge it because there is a token there. But since that is the end in a solo, then that means we now reveal the exploration token, which says, well, it is the first clue token with that red exclamation mark. I'm attacked, which is not necessarily good, and there are 2 exits. So you can see on the card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 where the exits are. You can probably do it either way. Roll twice to see where the exits are. Generally, in this case, I just kind of roll to see where the exit is not. And 3, so it is not straight ahead. So we grab one of these nifty little end pieces, and we kind of cap off there. Okay, so that deals with the 2 exits from the room, not to the other worlds. All right, and I am attacked. So in a 1-player game, I get low threat cards. So I'll draw a low threat card, and I get 1 slasher. Well, I am not outnumbered. I suppose that is a good thing. So 1 slasher, and I apologize, these are not painted yet. But icky nasty slasher. Very dangerous fellow. Okay, so can't show the checkerboard pattern, but he ends up going to the far end of the room. Alright, and then I grab a card for the slasher here. The slasher is initiative 4, which is unfortunate because they win initiative. So, but when an enemy shows up, it starts a new combat round. So, a new turn. So we have to roll to hold back the darkness. And I roll, and I get a 9. Excellent. So at least I managed to hold back the darkness this turn. Alright, so the slasher goes. The slasher can move 5. So, he will move 5 towards me as the only target, and he will move to try as far as he can to try to get around me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, look at that. He's actually 1 space short. Alright. So, he cannot do anything on his turn because I am out of range. So I get to roll my movement. A 5 and a 6. Interesting. All right. Well, knowing that he's except the range of my pistols is only 5. So if I want to shoot him, I have to essentially suck it up. And the Outlaw pistols have a special thing which says they can only get critical hits against adjacent targets. Make up for their cheap high shot count. So, of course I can't critical if I dual wield. They do have a high defense. That is a good choice, a good question. I think I will back up. It doesn't matter if I back up or not. I will shoot, but I am actually going to shoot all my guns. No, I'll only shoot one pistol. I think I need the criticals. Criticals normally reduce all armor, but they have this special plating, which means criticals only reduce it to in half, essentially. But that's still better than nothing. So I have a 6, a 3, and a 1. Alright, so the 6 is a critical, because I'm only using one pistol. If I was using 2, that would just be a hit. And I think I will spend my 1 grit. Everybody starts with 1 grit. I think it's super important. I'm going to re-roll these other 2 dice. And I get a whopping nothing. Okay. Well, I have 1 critical, so I need to roll damage. And I get a 6. Nice. So it's 6 minus his 2 armor is 4 wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And he has a health of 6. So, not quite dead. And in a campaign, that would give me a certain number of experience points based on the 1 hit and the amount of wounds that I did, because he is a large creature. But since this is for the purposes right now, I won't worry about that. I will note that down though. So, it is the start of a new turn. Obviously, it goes pretty quickly when there's only 1 of you. So, starting a new turn, what do? Hold back the darkness. And I get a 5 and a 4 is 9. So, that does hold back the darkness. Oh, and I should mention, forgot, when I placed a new map tile, that needs to move. I always have trouble remembering that. And again, Slasher's tied initiative means monster enemies go first, so he will move, and he will move his 5, and he will get around me, so he will go 1, 2, 3, and come around to move as far as he can. And then, turn to face him though, and then he will attack me. Alright, so he gets 2 dice, hitting on 3s. And wow, I roll a 1 and a 2. Can't get much better than that. Luck is with me. So, the slasher missed, so now I get to go. Think again. Actually, I only need 2 wounds on him. So I'm actually going to dual wield just to try to get more hits. And hope for some high rolls. So, 4 or better. And look at that. So, I got 4 6s. Okay. And unfortunately, none of them are criticals because I'm dual wielding. Unfortunately, the Outlaw does not have an ability right now. Starting out on like the Bandito to be able to critical. So, that is 4 hits, 4 damage rolls. He has a defense of 4. So I need a 5 or better to do wounds. So I need at least 2 5s or 6s out of these in order to kill him. And I get a 3, 1, 6, and a 5. So that is actually 3 wounds, because the 6 minus 4 is 2 wounds. So the 6 itself is enough to kill it. And that kills it. So 2 hits, doing all 6 wounds. Excellent. So, at the end of a combat, any heroes that have not gone in the turn get to a choice of recovering a grit or a d6 wounds or sanity, any mix. Obviously, I did go, so any heroes that did go during the turn, before the turn ended, get a d3 split between the 2. Surprisingly, luckily, I did not take any wounds. So I get essentially nothing, except I do get to choose 1 loot card. Alright, so let me shuffle up this loot deck. Here. Alright, and then choose a loot card. That one. Blood money, d6 times 25. Nice. Oh, only 25. Alright. So, 25 gold. Not much, kind of stingy, but hey, could be worse. I didn't take any wounds, which is pretty handy, and as I said, that is the first of the 2 clue tokens. So hey, this may be quicker than I anticipated. Alright, so that was the end of the combat. We start another turn. Again, gameplay gets pretty simple, pretty easy to get into the flow after you do 1 or 2 turns, because it's, hold back the darkness, everybody, rolls to move, does their action, basically essentially scavenging or looking through or fighting if you're in a fight, and continue around and wash, rinse, repeat. Oh no, we're back to another one. Okay. So, we'll roll for my movement. Definitely need to hurry up. Darkness is... Alright, so I can take a 1 or a 5. I think I'm going to take the 1. I think I want the grit. This turn it gives me a chance to scavenge. So I'll take a grit token back. Okay. And then I will scavenge. Scavenge, I do get 1 6 out of those. So, 1 6, I get a scavenge card for each 6. And again, the scavenge deck is 1/3 good, 1/3 bad, and 1/3 nothing happens. So, this is kind of a toss-up, whether it's good or not. And there are some pretty bad ones in there that we have had before. So I will flip over that one, and it is a nothing here. Now notice it still gives me 10 experience points for it. So scavenging is never all bad, because at least you do get a little bit of experience points, and that goes back into the deck to be reshuffled and potentially drawn again. Okay, that was my turn. So back to the top, holding back the darkness again. And what do you know? It's another failure, so moves up, and another darkness card. Okay. And it is Power of the Void. Void enemies are now +1 combat. Okay, so demons and void enemies are now +1 combat, so they're going to get an extra die to attack me. Luckily, the slashers were beasts and not demons. So more slashers, I guess. Slashers are tough though, so especially for a single hero. It was merely luck that I survived. So it is now my turn, because I was holding back the darkness. So I get to roll, and I have a choice between a 4 and a 2. Oh, and I should mention, I put a scavenge marker on there because I did successfully scavenge this tile. Obviously, I still have not scavenged the mine entrance, but I'm okay with that. So a movement of 4. So a movement of 4 can make me go 1, 2, 3. And I will see what the next room is. So, top card of the mine deck is a rail tunnel. Okay. So, find a rail tunnel. Here we go. And again, where the green arrow is where you come on. So I will put the rail tunnel there. I'm bridging that. Okay, we get an exploration token. Alright, again, if there were other heroes, they could continue moving. They could even move in there. Obviously, cannot scavenge, though. It is the end of the turn. We flip over the exploration token. Okay, exploration token has 1 exit and an encounter card. Okay, so not a clue. Alright, so there's 1 exit. So let's figure out 2. The exit is on 2. So we close off the 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we need an encounter card. So way up here are encounter cards, and we find a pile of bones. So the room is filled with massive piles of human bones, some stacked nearly to the ceiling. The sight of this chills you to the bone. Who or what could have done this? Every hero immediately takes D6 horror hits. Alright, oh no. Okay, so D6, I take 3 horror hits. Alright, so my willpower is 4+. Okay, so So you get a die for each hit that you take, unless something says otherwise. So I get 4 dice, and my willpower is a 4 or better, so I save on a 4 or better. Oops. And so I saved 3 of them. So I take 1 sanity. 1 point of sanity. Alright. But we are not done. Then, one hero slips on some scattered bones, starting to start an avalanche. A random hero, that's what that little question mark says, but since I am the only one, has to make an agility 5+ test. I have an agility of 3. So, making a skill test, attribute test, you're going to roll a number of dice equal to your stat. So I have an agility 3, so I get 3 dice. The card is telling me I need at least 1 5 or better to succeed. To be considered passed, and I get a 6. Good. So, if successful, gain 25 experience points and draw a loot. As a small cascade uncovers something of value. If it failed, every hero immediately takes d6 wounds, ignoring defense. Ouch. Alright, there's a mini avalanche of skulls. But that did not happen, so I get a loot card. So again, we'll kind of shuffle this up. These are the same 12 cards that are drawn from every time. And then I draw 1, and I get another 25 gold. Come on, where's my gear cards? I need equipment. Alright, but I do get an extra 25 experience points. Oh, and I should also mention 20 experience for the loot card itself. So, 25 gold and 20 experience points. Okay, so that will help a little. And that is this room. So that's how encounters go. Encounters are generally a skill test. Sometimes you'll get attacked, sometimes you'll take wounds, but generally the encounters are what cause the skill tests on your skills. So that was the end of the turn. So now I get to hold back the darkness again, or not, depending on how I do it. 7. Okay. Obviously, we've gone 2 map tiles, so we are still in 7. So a 7's still good. Excellent. And then I get to move. A 2 or a 2. Well, that won't. I guess that's all right. Won't get me anywhere, but it means I can scavenge. Roll to scavenge. 5, 1, 4 does not. No 6s there, so I do not actually scavenge. So that's the end of my turn. Roll to hold back the darkness again. 6, 7, 8. So I am still good. So roll for movement. A 3 and a 2. Well, either one's enough to get me up there. In fact, I only need 2. And I think I want to keep moving there. So I will actually look through instead of scavenging. And I draw a map card and I get a long passage. Okay, so a long passage. Okay, note, no exploration token on a long passage. So I find the long passage tile. And I get to place it down. Okay. So, after the long passage, I then there's no token, so that is the end of the turn. So, I roll to hold back the darkness again. 3 and 1 is not going to be good enough, so that moves. Oops, that moves the track, and again, I needed to move the party marker down 1 because I explored another room. So now I get to where was I? Holding back the darkness, right? So now I get to move. 4 or 3. I think I will move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite. I'm not quite at the end. So I guess I have to. I get to scavenge. You can scavenge, even though there's no token. You can actually scavenge. And a 1, 2, 3 does not scavenge anything. So, now, since I don't plan on going back, I will actually reset the map a little here. So I need to keep it in my reach. So I kind of took off the other pieces. I don't plan on going backwards unless absolutely necessary. So here I am at the end. Back to the top. Hold back the darkness. 5, 6 is a failure. So that moves the track. Boom. Add a growing dread card. Nasty growing dread card. Alright, so it goes up here to be revealed when we hit the last encounter. Okay. I get to move. Do not get a 1, which is essentially the only thing that would be useful here because I'm only 1 away anyway. So we'll move 1. We will explore. And we get a summoning chamber. Okay. So, find the summoning chamber. Place it with the green arrow, pointing towards where we came from. Boom. Okay, get an exploration token. It goes out there. End of the turn though, we get to reveal it. Okay. 2 exits. There's only 2 there, so both of those are actually exits. And an ambush attack. So, attack, so we draw a threat card, again low because it's a single hero, and we get a corpse pile and P Hungry Dead. I should mention that this is actually a combined set between Swamps of Death and City of the Ancients, so I could run into just about anything. So, corpse piles and P Hungry Dead. So, P, that yellow P, stands for a peril die. Those who don't know, peril die is this nifty 6-sided that is actually only 3 through 6 on it. So it has multiple 3s and multiple 4s, essentially. I think, yeah, just 3s and 2 3s, 2 4s, basically inside of the 1 or the 2. So we roll, and we get 6 Hungry Dead. 6 Hungry Dead and a corpse pile. So that would counteract that anyway, because I'd be surrounded by undead before these restless dead, before I can even do anything. So they get as close as they can, and we can just kind of decide where we want to put them, and I think it makes more sense to have them in the room. Alright, so 6 Hungry Dead. Now, their initiative is +2 when enemies are in ambush. If you notice, corpse piles are a 0, Hungry Dead are a 1. That makes them a 3. My initiative is 4. So, I still get to go first. Now, Hungry Dead have, again, kind of like the slashers, they have a 4 defense. Okay, they only have 1 health. So, 5 or more damage on a non-critical or a critical hit will automatically kill them. Simply due to the numbers, I think I'm going to go ahead and dual wield my pistols. And I can actually, yeah. So, no, actually, I'll do a single. Yeah, no, I'll do a single. Really, the Outlaw pistols are great against a bunch of enemies that don't have any armor, any defense. So we'll do this. A 5 and a 5. So I get two hits that are not criticals. Alright, well, we'll have to go with that. And I will assign, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll assign 1 damage back here. And a 5. Well, I need a 5 because it's a 4 defense and 1 health. So I need a 5 to kill. So a 5 will kill that one. And again, and then I will assign the other hit to this one. Now, keep in mind the order, if you don't know, is you get to roll the hit, and then you assign your hits before you roll the damage for them. So that's why I'm doing these separately, in case what just happened did happen. So I could actually potentially kill 2, and I roll another 5. Wow, this definitely is a lucky, lucky man. So he will kill 2 of those. But that is the end of his turn. So now, next highest in initiative are the Hungry Dead. Luckily, they are keyword undead. And we have +1 to combat for demons and void, which does not apply. So, I need to rewind just a little. Just caught myself. There is one thing I did forget. Hungry Dead have Fear 1. So a hero that starts their activation, which I did, adjacent, automatically takes 1 horror hit. So I was adjacent to 5 of them. So I take 5 horror hits at the start of my activation. Won't make any difference to what I did for this turn, but it is something to keep in mind. All right, so I have a 4 plus willpower. So again, you roll a die for each hit that you've taken to defend. So I have 5 dice. I need a 4 or better, and I get 2. So I take 3 sanity hits. So 3 more sanity. So I'm at 4 of my 12. I'm still doing okay. All right. Sorry. And now the Hungry Dead's turn. So the Hungry Dead have a combat of 1, so they're rolling 1 die each. Again, it's melee. Melee is essentially combat. And then each hit that I do not save will do 3 damage, because their damage says it's 3, and they hit on a 4 or better. So there are only 3 that can get to me. This isn't quite a half square, so he can't actually move there. So that's 3 dice hitting me on 4 or better, and 1 hit. They have no other special abilities. Some enemies do have a special ability on a 6 roll, for example. So that's 1 hit that will do 3 damage. And now I roll my defense. Normally it would be 4, but because of my skill, my starting skill, my defense is a 5. So 1 die, saving on a 5 fails. So that would be 3 wounds. I do have 2 revive tokens, being solo person, so I think I will take the 3 wounds rather than use my grit right now. So 3 wounds. Okay. That was all the Hungry Dead that they could do. So now it's the corpse pile. The corpse pile doesn't move. It has fear, similar to the Hungry Dead, and it's a spawn point, essentially. It can spawn additional Hungry Dead. So we roll a die, and a 6, it does indeed spawn another Hungry Dead. So we can take another one of these, and we will put him adjacent to the corpse pile. So it is now the start of the turn. Hold back the darkness. Even in combat, we hold back the darkness. There's a 1 and a 6 and a 7. So that is still good. Still within. Sorry about that. Still within 7. So I held back the darkness. I get to roll for movement. Double 5s doesn't do anything for me. So even though I can't move anywhere, I guess I could try to pull back and escape, but I don't see a point. Again, I will use a single gun, simply because if I manage to get a 6 to critical, it's an automatic kill. Might be slightly better odds. And 2 4s. Well, at least that's 2 hits. Now, if I hadn't taken this one, I would have a 5+ to hit, and those would have missed. So, guess that's a good option. So I get 2 hits. So I will do 1 on him. Now, one thing you may want to, I'll point out here, is that I actually, because I put these guys back there instead of back here on this side, we had odd numbers, and it doesn't, you get a choice as long as they're the same distance away. When it's an ambush, you just try to get around all the heroes. The way I'm killing them, obviously I have to kill ones that are adjacent first. But I killed these ones back here because these guys are blocking those guys. They can't move through them. So I'm killing, that's why I killed them first. So I'm going to attack, I'm going to do the hit on him because those guys are still blocking. So the first hit, a 2, that will bounce. That will not make it through his armor, his defense. The next one is a 3, and that will not do anything. Okay, ouch. And I don't think I want to grit that. So it is the dead's turn. Oh, and I forgot. I take 3 more horror hits because I'm adjacent to 3 of them. And I fail 3 of them. And I will actually use my grit to re-roll that roll. And I save 1 of them. So I take 2 more sanity. Okay, getting up there. I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of 12. I'm at half. Let me put a nice 5 on there. All right. And then I have 3 hungry dead that are attacking me. Again, they hit on 4 or better. Oh, they're the 6s, so there's 2 hits. So I need my 5+ save. And I get both of them. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, and the corpse pile gets to go. And a 1 does not spawn. All right. You can see how combat goes. That's pretty simple. That was all of the enemies. That's everything has activated in this turn. So we'll start back at the top. It's a brand new turn, so I hold back the darkness. 6, 7, 8 will hold back the darkness. And then I get to go. I've tried the last 2 times. Well, the first turn went pretty well. All right, I'm actually going to roll all 6 dice. I'm going to dual wield here. So I cannot critical, but I can hit. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Only one of which would be a critical, so that's not too bad. And so I'm going to apply them one at a time. On that one, I need a 5 or better to kill him. And the first one is a 5, so that is a death. Okay, so the next one, we'll hit that fellow. A 4 will bounce, so that's 2 hits. I got 2 left. Again, neither one can be a critical because I'm dual wielding. So 5 or better, 1 won't do anything. And 1 more hit. 5 or 6, come on. Oh, nope. Okay. So, oh, and you know what? Again, I have to take my 3 fear hits at the start of my turn, and I save all 3. That was fortuitous. All right. So, now the enemies get to go. Okay, so at this point, the enemies go. There are 2 of them adjacent to me, so only 2 of them get to attack. The other 2 are stuck there, since they are already engaged me. And they hit on a 4+, so there's 1 hit, which I defend against with a 5+, and I fail, so that's 3 more wounds. 1, 2, 3. All right. And I have no grit, so, and then we spawn. And we do, so 1 more hungry dead comes back. I really need to hurry up and kill these guys. Okay. So, that was the end of the turn, so hold back the darkness. And 11, which is good. That holds back the darkness, so my movement, need a 1. 6 and a 4 does not work. No need for me to back up. Since there are only 2 adjacent to me, can't critical. You know what, I still think I'm going to do a wheel, try to get more hits on them. In fact, I might even just try to take out the corpse piles with stops. So, five hits. Excellent. All right. And I do think that that might be the best. The corpse pile has 6 health, but only a 2 defense. So I think I'm, well, I do have to target the guys adjacent to me first. So I suppose that is true. So we'll do the fellow there, 5 or 6. Nope. Nope. Okay, that will kill him. Okay, on to the female. Nope. And one more. No. Okay, well, slow going. Oh, and I take my 2 horror hits, which I fail 1. So I take 1 more sanity loss. Well, this is awfully tough. Just can't kill them fast enough. Alright, so they will move. And they can move 2. So since those guys weren't already engaged, they will move there. And that's 3 attacks on me. And that would be 3 hits. Ouch. So I have to save 3 times. I save once, so that'll be 6 wounds. I probably should have used bandages, but because I have 3, I have 6. So 6 and 6 is 12. I will actually take it though, since I'm actually kind of sanity. That immediately uses a revive token. So a revive token, because the 12 would knock me out. Revive token is spent. I heal all the way up, and I regain 1 grit. So it's like, you know, I'm a new hero there. And then the corpse pile gets to go. Does not spawn. Another one, thank goodness. Alright, and then it's back to holding back the darkness. And a 4 will not. So the track moves up one more. Getting bad. Alright. So again, it is my turn. You know, I'm not rolling too well for the damage. So I'm going to just use 1 and hope I can critical. And of course, I get no hits whatsoever, so I will spend a grit. My 1 grit. And boy, I had luck earlier. My luck has deserted me. Oh, and I have to save my 3 horror checks. Save 2. Or fear checks, I guess. So I take 1 sanity point. Alright, well, 3 hungry dead. Attack me. They hit on 4, so 1 hit. I get to defend against 1. And I do. And then roll for the corpse pile, spawning another one, and he does. Jeez. It's tough with a single player. Just don't have the output. And this is where dynamite would have been hugely helpful, since it ignores defense. Alright, so holding back the darkness. 6, 7, 8 is still good. Alright, so my turn again. Again, I'll do 3 dice. Hoping I can critical at least once. I get 3 hits, 1 of which is a critical. Excellent. Good. So, we'll critical 1. Then 1 on the fellow there. 6 damage will kill him. Okay, and I have one more. 4 damage will not do anything. But I am slightly ahead of the game. Oh, did I don't recall if I remembered to do my sanity. Let's assume I didn't. Save, fail. So 1 sanity, probably not a big deal. Even if I did already do it. So, okay, so they get to move. Again, they have a move of 2, and these guys were not already engaged, so now they move in. Again, three attacks on me. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to do my movement. Double 4s, just in case I can get a grit. I'm not really going to back up since I'm trying to critical. Alright, so I get 3 attacks on me, hitting on 4s, and there's 1 hit. So I attempt to save it. Fail, so I take 3 wounds. Since Hungry Dead are kind of nasty, they're not as bad as tentacles, but that 3 damage, and especially with me only having a 5 or better save, although I haven't rolled too many 4s on my saves. And then the corpse pile does not spawn, so back to holding back the darkness. Start of the turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm still good with the darkness. I'll roll for my movement. 5 and a 3. Neither one of those will help. Again, pretty much just hoping for a grit to let me reroll, but no such luck. So take my 3 horror hits, and I fail 1 more. Slowly accumulating, as you can see, with these Hungry Dead, especially if it kind of drags on. All right. So again, hoping to crit, since that worked last time. 3 dice. And I get a 5, a 6, and a 3. So a hit and a critical. So the critical will automatically kill 1. So we'll kill, you know what? We'll kill him. So that next turn, hopefully I can move in next to the corpse pile and stop it from spawning. Alright, and the non-critical on the male guy there. Oh, and a 5 will kill him. Excellent. Excellent. Nice. So, there is 1 Hungry Dead attacking me. And he does hit me, or she, because it is the female Hungry. Sorry, I hit the stop button on accident. It's right here by my thumb. Alright, so she did hit me. So my save saves. Excellent. Nice. Now for the corpse pile. Does not spawn another one. This could be my lucky break. Alright, top of the round. Start of the turn. Hold back the darkness. 3 and a 2 is not going to be good enough. So that will push it up 1 more. And another darkness card. Hopefully it's not too bad. Encroaching Shadows. The heroes are now -1 to hold back the darkness roll. All heroes are now +2 move. Ouch. Alright, well, so I really need to get by this. Alright, so start of my turn. I have 1 adjacent to me, so I have to make a fear save. I fail, I take 1 more sanity. I'm up to 4. So a third of the way to being insane. Alright, and then it's my move. So what I want to do is I want to try to get next to the corpse pile. So that I can critical it, or, you know, better, potentially, if that's what I decide I want to do. Actually, I'll probably don't need to, simply because I'll probably I'll probably dual wield the pistols, just to get shots, because it only has a 2 defense. But you know what, I'm going to give it a try anyway. So if you look, they have a 4+ escape, so it means I need to roll a 4 or better to be able to move while this Hungry Dead is attacking me. So now I do the Outlaw does have the bandana, which says once per turn you can re-roll an escape test. So I need to roll to escape. A 3 that fails, so I get a re-roll because of the bandana, and a 5. So alright, so that allows me to then move there, where I am adjacent to both of them. All right. But, as I said, I think I will roll all 6 dice, dual wielding, because don't want to spawn any more Hungry Dead if I can help it. So, roll to hit. 1, 2, 3 hits out of that roll. Not great, but hey. All right. So, I have no grit to reroll anyway, so I might as well do them one at a time. A 5 minus, sorry, these are going on the corpse pile until it's dead. So, so a 5 minus 2 is 3. So that's 3 wounds on the corpse pile. Corpse pile has 6 health, so it is halfway dead. All right, second hit on the corpse pile does a 6 minus 2 is 4. So that will actually kill the corpse pile. And that was 2 hits to kill that corpse pile. Excellent. And I have 1 more hit, so 5 or better will clear this out. No such luck. No such luck. So, just me and the chica. Yeah. Don't think that's gonna be too bad. But she gets to attack me, and she misses. No corpse pile to spawn, so it is the start of the turn. Hold back the darkness. Again, now I am -1 to the roll. So I rolled a 3 and a 6 is 9 minus 1 is 8. Still need a 7. So I am good. Phew! Alright. I have to make my fear roll. Fail again, so that's another point of sanity. Costly battle. This is a costly battle. Alright, and then it's my turn. So, roll to move. Double ones. Alright, do I take a 1 or a 1? I think I will take a 1. That gets me a grit, and I am not planning on moving. So, I am going to use use a single pistol so that I can critical. And 5, 5, 6. 6 will do it. So that will kill her. That was a lot. That was a long battle with a lot going on. Those Hungry Dead are not easy, especially by yourself. Now, shotguns with their D8 have an easier time, even if they not only do they have a higher critical range, because it's still 6 or better, but now you got a 6 or 7 or 8. But you also have a higher chance of doing damage. So even if you don't critical, you know, you still have a chance of doing 7 or 8 damage on the die. So shotguns are good against Hungry Dead. But, you know, fast-facing little things like bats or spiders, 6 dice hitting on 4s that pretty much come close to auto-killing them or being able to do a lot of damage can be better than a shotgun that can only kill 1. But regardless, that is the end of the battle. So, the end of the battle, I get to catch my breath. So I get 1d3 because I did act during the turn. And I get 3! So I get to heal 3. Think I will do... you know, I have bandages. I'm pretty low on sanity. Well, I'm fairly even. So I'm going to do 2 and 1. Let's split it there. Okay, and there was 1 threat card, so you get a loot card for each threat card that you've drawn. So again... shuffle up the loot cards. Draw a loot card. Still no stuff. Just money. So, 50 bucks. Well, at least I may have enough to go buy stuff in town when I get back to town. Especially if I go rob it as an outlaw, which I can do. So, that is the end of a turn. Guess what happens now? Start of the turn. Start of the turn, hold back the darkness. 5, 6, 7 normally would pass, but we are -1, so that is a failure. So I'm really on the clock now. Luckily, alright, so no sticking around to scavenge. I need to go. So for my movement, hey, double 4s. Again, sometimes, always seems whenever somebody plays the outlaw, you roll doubles an awful lot for movement. Alright, so 4 plus 2 is 6. I can pretty much get anywhere I want, so I will go there. I will look through because I need to get out of here. It is a blast room. Okay, so let me find the blast room here. Here it is. Okay, orient it based on where the green arrow is. And it goes right there. Okay. And a token. And that would be the end of my activation, my hero activation, end of all hero activations. So now we reveal the exploration token. And it is the end. Okay, so because again, I was only playing to 2 clue tokens. This is clue token number 2. So this is actually pretty good odds, because I think there's like 12 exploration tokens and I think three or 4 clue tokens in there, something like that. So. That's still pretty good. So there's normally 1 exit, and in this case it is a gate. That's what that sort of blue circle is. So there's 1 exit, that's a gate, and there would be an encounter. However, because of this scenario, the way this scenario works, it says when you hit the last one, the final room, the final clue token, instead you're fighting a boss monster essentially. Here at the in the final room. So it says basically there are no exits. So let me grab a couple of these. Close this room off. Okay. All right. And then. Okay, so we do a couple things here. First, we have a growing dread card. We reveal the growing dread card before we do anything else. And it says, dread. You shudder to think of what lays before you. Move the darkness 1 step forward on the depth track. Okay. Oh no. Gets us another darkness card, which is Strength of the Void. Void enemies are now +1 defense. All right. So the hope here is that we don't have any void enemies, because they are now +1 combat and +1 defense. Okay. Now, normally in this scenario, you draw an epic threat. So one of the big blue cards with the big nasty monsters. With a solo character, instead, we're drawing a high threat card. Okay, so this is still gonna be tough. In fact, I get 3 slashers. Well, so much for things without armor. Alright, so I get all 3 of the slasher models. Alright, give me just a moment here. And let me get out the slashers. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so I have 3 slashers. Okay, so place there, again checkerboard there, okay, and then I kind of have the option, because there's a checkerboard here. Actually, I guess technically that's more of a corner. Actually, this will let me fit them all in the checkerboard pattern farthest away there. Okay, so that's how we start. Now, I cannot critical them. I need to get that slasher card back out. There we go. All right. So, slasher card back out. And it is the start of a new turn. Because, again, combat has started. Good news is they are beasts, not void, so none of those bonuses count. So I do have to worry about darkness, because I'm a -1 to hold back the darkness each turn. And I am up to 10 already. So I very well might lose by darkness. Let's see, I need to kill these guys quickly, and I don't have a quick way to really do that. But we will see. We will give it a go. So, start of the turn, hold back the darkness. Double ones. Good news is, when you roll doubles for Holding Back the Darkness, you do not move the depth track. So that does not go up. Bad news is, we roll on the depth chart. And there's a section for Otherworld. This is particular one swap for the swamps. There is also a mine depth chart. Ambush and double ones is an ambush attack. So I draw a threat to immediately ambush the hero. So I get even more guys. Now, good news is, it is a low threat. So, I draw a low threat card. And then I will see what happens. And I am ambushed by 6 void spiders. Well, that's good and bad, I suppose. So, now, excuse my camera move while I dig out 6 void spiders. Now, keep in mind I can run away at any time and fail automatically. But I will give it a go. I'm still in a decent place. You know, I still have 1 revive left. Again, solo. You have 2 revives, and I do have a bandages if that's needed. So they are in ambush, so they will pop up around me here. And they're all adjacent to me where I am right now, unfortunately. All 6 of them. Good news is, they are blocking the slashers, those 2. So, they have an initiative of 8 this first turn, regardless they're going before. All the monsters are going before I am. So the void spiders get to go. Now they are beast and void, which means they're an extra defense. So instead of 0 defense, they are 1 with 3 health. They are 2 combat, 2 damage with 4 to hit. So there are 6 of them, each rolling 2 dice. That means 12 dice are attacking me. Not good. Alright, and they're hitting me on 4s. I do have 1 grit to defend these, though. And here's my roll. They have no special effects on a 6, thank goodness. Alright, so looks like 5. 5 hit me. Alright. And they do 2 damage each. Except they're +1 combat. So there's actually 6 more dice. I forgot each, because each one has an extra die. So, and that is 4 more hits. Okay. That could be about it. Alright, so 5 or better is my defense. And, well, that's actually not too bad. I only failed 4. 4 times 2 is 8, which would put me at 10. Do I use my grit? You know what? I won't. I'm going to take it. So I take 8 more wounds. Puts me at 10 of 12. Okay. Because I do have 1 revive left, and I want to say that I may need that grit to kill spiders. So, all right. So the spiders, unfortunately, they have a defense. Oh, sorry. The slashers go. So the slashers, because they are initiative 4, they are tied with me, and they go first. They have a move of 5. But they cannot get to me because of the void spiders. So, 1, 2, 3. Which is partially why things like the bats are very nasty. Because they can fly and bypass anyone. Not that any of them could attack me. Well, I guess, yeah, there's no spaces next to me right now because of the spiders. But once I open up some space behind me, you know, the bats can fly around and get around behind me. But in this case, I can kill a bunch of the void spiders without getting the slashers for a short period of time. So, and then is my turn. So I get to attack, and obviously I'm just going to do a wield. So I get 6 dice hitting on 4s, and I get 4 hits. 4 hits, 2 misses. All right, so 4 hits. I don't think I will grit that. There are 3 health and a 1 defense, so I need a 4 or better to kill, and I think I will do them one at a time. Now this is important to know because for grit, for re-rolling, you know, if I put them all on one guy, I could then re-roll all of them. But since I'm only I'm going to allocate them separate, you know, 1 die in the hopes that my 1 die can kill, and then I can move on to a new spider. Because again, you allocate first, so I could go say 2 and 2 or something like that. Then, you know, potentially I could kill 4 spiders, which would be the best outcome for me. So I'm going to hope for that, and I'm only going to roll 1 at a time, and so therefore I'll only be able to re-roll 1 grit if I feel like re-rolling the damage roll. So here's the first one. We're going to start in the back here, kind of work our way up, hoping for a 4 or better. A 1. A 1 won't even do a wound. Woo. You know, I'll have to let that go. Alright, so I'll try to hit him again. 5. 5 will kill him. Okay. 2 more. 1 on him. A 2 will do 1 wound. And I will hit that guy again. And a 3, minus 1 is a 2, normally not enough, but since I did do 1 wound to him, that is enough to kill him. Not great, because there's still an awful lot of spiders on me, but not much else that I can do. So, that is the end of the round, and the end of the turn. So we start at the top, and we hold back the darkness. And I get a 10. Minus 1 is 9, which is enough to hold back the darkness. So again, the spiders go. They are initiative 6 now, not 8, because of the, you know, it's only the first round that the initiative. Or first round of ambush. So, but they still go before me. So that is 4 spiders times 3 is 12 dice. Attacking me, hitting on 4s. And, well, that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. Okay, slightly below half. And then I get to say, of course, I only have 2 wounds left. Unless I decide I want to use my bandages now. Or do I save it for when I'm out of revive tokens? Because the revive could just wipe it clean. You know what? I think I'll use it right now, because I think I want to save my revive slightly. So I roll and I get a 5. Nice. All right, so good. Helps a little. So 5 hits. I have to do that before I roll the damage that I take, or my saves, I mean, because once I roll my saves for those 5 hits, then I immediately apply that damage before I can't interrupt to heal. So I've used my bandages. I should take my bandages off. All right, and let's see. I need a 5 or better to save, and I get absolutely none. And so that was a waste of bandages. Oh, I have a grit. So I will use my grit to re-roll all these saves because these are 2 damage each. 5 is 10. That would put me at 15. That would knock me out. And use my revive. So I need to do a bunch of these still. Much better. 6, 5, 6, 6. 1 fail. So I take 2 wounds. That's finally a grit that worked for me here. So the slashers cannot get to me, so they're just going to hang out there. So it's back around to my turn. So I have 6 dice. 6 dice. Rolling to hit. Hit on 4 better, so 4 hits. Again, so we'll do 1 at a time. I have no grit to re-roll anyway, but 1 at a time. 4 or better will kill. There's a 5, so that's a dead spider. Okay. Next hit is a 2, so that does 1 wound to him. 2 more. A 4 is enough to kill him. Okay. And I have 1 hit left, which has to go to a spider because they're adjacent to me. So we will hit a spider for 3. Minus 1 is 2, so it does 2 wounds. Well, that's actually probably good because it means the slashers still can't get at me. So I was last, so it's the top of the round, holding back the darkness again. An 11. Minus 1 is 10. Holding back the darkness. Crucial. Crucial. Alright, so now we have the void spiders again. There's only 2 void spiders. But I am in dire straits. So they have 3 dice each because of the bonuses. So that is 6 dice. Hitting on 4s. And ouch, they hit me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times out of the 6. Well, shucks. I think this is a revive token. I need to save on 5s. I save 1. I don't have a reroll. So for 8 wounds, 8 and 7 is 15, is enough to knock me out. So revive token, last revive token is used. Unfortunately, I was hoping that I could save that until I at least had a round of combat against the slashers, but no such luck with those nasty void spiders. So the bonuses for the extra combat dice and the defense did not help at all. Excuse me. So that was the void spiders going and attacking me. The slashers obviously are still stuck there, just waiting their turn. Well, I said good thing for bottlenecks. And then it is my turn. And I will go ahead. I need to still try to get rid of these void spiders in one fell swoop and hopefully hit a slasher for at least a little bit. I do have to be careful. I'm full up. Do have to be careful about being too risky. I don't think I'm going to make this, complete this mission. And I could go until I got knocked out. Remember, you get knocked out, though, you get an injury. So I want to hope to kill what I can, and I'll get the experience points for it. And then flee the mines before I get knocked out is my plan. So anyway, here's my 6 dice dual wielding, and I get 3 hits. Okay. So again, a 4 or better. So we'll do a hit on the wounded one. Actually, yeah, we'll hit the non-wounded one first. A 2 does 1 wound to him. Okay, well we'll hit him again. 4 will kill him. And the last hit will go on the last void spider. And it's a 1. Well, shucks. I don't think I can afford to use my grit on it. So, because I need to last around against the slashers unless I kill it and leave. The slashers have 2 dice hitting on 3s, but they do a d6 wounds. They very well could knock me out, and all 3 of them will be able to attack me. But you know what? Heck, for this video, I'll go ahead and try to stand it out here. So stay it out, stay the course. So I will not re-roll that, and we will go simply with it is the top of the turn. Holding back the darkness. 5, 6, 7 normally would, but it's -1, so that's a 6. So it goes up 1 more, and there's another darkness card, which is not good. And the darkness card is a flood of bats. Each hero takes 2 horror hits, gains 10 experience, and then must pass a strength test or lose a darkstone. I don't have any darkstone, but I take 2 horror hits. Well, that's not too bad. So, two saves. I save 1, so I get a sanity, and I have no darkstone to lose. So that wasn't too bad. It is getting awfully high up there. I don't think I can do that. So I have 1 void spider with 3 dice attacking me. Hitting on 4s, and wow, guess what? He hit 3 times. Boy. Alright, and my defense, I have 1. So that's 2 wounds. I think I need to save, or sorry, two failed saves. I think I need to save that for all the hits that I'm going to take from the slashers now. So that's 4 wounds, because it's 2 damage each for each hit. So, okay. Fortunately, this is where it gets rough. The slashers get to go. Now they have a move of 5. So since they were not engaged, they will go 1, 2. They can go. You can go diagonally. Okay. 3, 4. And try to get as far as he can with the farthest number of movement points he can. So he will go. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, I guess, and he will come over here to there. Alright, so they came around to flank me while I'm trying to shoot this pesky spider. Okay, so they have 3 plus 2 dice doing d6 damage. So 2 dice each, so that's 6 dice attacking me, hitting on 3 or better. Could be worse. Could be worse. So 3 hits. Okay. So I get to roll the save. Oops. Die on the ground. 2 fails. 3 fails, so I will use a grit. Change dice, because those are obviously bad dice that need to go into a timeout. And I do get 1 save. Okay, so this could do it. Each one does a d6 damage. So I need to roll the damage. Getting the blood red. 4 points of damage. Well, I got lucky there. Okay. Well, I think I've got 1 turn to try to kill stuff before I need to flee. So, I've got no grit. So we will start with rolling for my movement. So 6 and a 2 won't do anything. Also, these guys have fear 2, so I take 2 horror hits per, because I'm starting my turn adjacent to 3 of them. So that's 6 dice. Saving on 4s for my willpower, and I get 3 successes. Alright, so I take 3 more sanity loss. Not that big a deal at this point. It's about over. So 6 dice. Yeah, 6 dice. Try to get as many hits as I can. And I hit 3 of them. 2 5s and a 6. And 3 1s. So, 50-50. That's about what my odds are. So, 1 on the spider, anything but a 1. A 2. Well, good thing they only have 3 hit points and he already has 2 wounds. So 1, that's enough to take out the last pesky spider. Alright, and then I have 2 hits. The slashers are 4 health. So I need 5s or 6s to do any wounds. And again, they're large, so I'll get a little bit of experience if I can do some damage. There's a 6. Excellent. Alright, so there's 2 wounds. 2 wounds on one of them. We'll put them on this close guy here. And the second does 4, which will bounce off his armor, so that won't do anything. Alright. And then I think I'm going to run away. I don't think I've got 5, 6, 7 of 12, so I've only got 5 hit points left. I've got enough sanity to last another round, but I think with 5 hit points and no grit that there isn't a likely chance. They're getting 6 dice hitting on 3s, and I'm only got a 5 defense. I don't think it's likely that I'm going to survive. So, I could go, try to do one more round, take an injury, let you guys see what the injuries does. But, and realistically, I would just take the loss of the mission, since I would anyway, save myself from the injury roll, which could be crippling, and live to fight another day. So I will run away. Did not quite get the dark stone that I needed, but I do get it and don't get any loot for this last battle. But I did pick up some gold, and some experience. Most likely not enough to level up, but I would have to add that up. But there you go, everybody. That is essentially a single game, solo game, single character game of Shadows of Brimstone. The extremely awesome, excellent, easy to play game from Flying Frog Games. It is obviously not quite in stores yet, and this is a Kickstarter copy, but I hope you all enjoyed it. This game's a blast. It's a lot of fun to play. I've been a little slow painting the miniatures. I've just had a lot of stuff going on. I do plan on getting my miniatures painted. I said I do have several of the heroes painted, and I do need to put up some more videos of some of the recently painted miniature heroes that I've got, because I've got the Marshal. I've got a second rancher, which is actually being proxied as a female marshal, since they both have rifles. I've also got the a bandito and a gunslinger painted. I need to take some images of those for you all. But that was the gameplay. I hope it was informative and it was fun. It's always fun for me to play this, even when you lose. Expect, if you're playing single player, you just don't have the firepower starting out to withstand the number of enemies. Getting all those void spiders, that extra extra card that gave me extra enemies just really kind of sealed that it was already going to be hard fighting 3 slashers. Especially since the Outlaw just doesn't have, without a shotgun, really dealing with high armor enemies, you're going to have a lot of trouble. And that's where the dynamite would come in really handy, or a shotgun, or the gunslinger's bullets to give him +2 damage, for example. Is really good against enemies with the high defense. But the gunslinger, or the outlaw, You know, I went with the dual wield, hoping for large, you know, like the void spiders, although, you know, I was clearing them somewhat okay. Their one, excuse me, their one defense actually made a huge difference in that regard. But I also had some low-ish, a few lowish damage rolls too. But, you know, going up against things that don't have any defense, dual wielding, you know, 6 dice forced to hit, is going to be pretty good. But rather than, you know, a single shot, say, with a shotgun. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me some feedback. Let me know what I can improve. If you want to see anything else, I very well may continue this character. I may start off in town. Let me know if you'd like to see more. Oh, I was also going to tell you the name of my character, which I did not tell you in the beginning. It is the Outlaw Joseph Scotts, and you know, as a play on the Outlaw Josie Wales. Anyway, so I had fun and said, please give me some comments. Let me know what I can do to make this more enjoyable for you all, and I will see you again. Bye.